Are you going through your day chronically stressed, anxious, tense, disconnected from your feminine energy? Looking to embrace a softer side of you in your daily life? In today's fast-paced world, it's so easy to fall into survival mode, especially for women. It's so easy to forget your feminine gift, but it is possible to reclaim that gentle strength. In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 easy ways you can embrace your femininity and be softer today. Hi, I'm Sofia, and on this channel we explore all things femininity, personal development, and creating a life you love. Let's dive in. 1. Slow down your movement. Feminine energy is often linked to being slow moving, graceful, careful with the way you walk, the way you talk. One of the ways you do that is, for example, you are with your man, and instead of rushing to opening the door, opening the car door, you can relax and let him do it for you. You can wait in the car until he opens the door, or you can wait for him to open the door to a restaurant for you. You don't have to rush into everything. So slowing down your movements, it's so important. You're not in this crazy rush to get things done. You're not in this crazy rush to be super messy and move all over the place without grace. So embrace moving a little slower and with a little more grace. 2. Speak softly with presence and strength. I know how hard it is to slow down when you're having a conversation with someone, because you think, oh, maybe they have somewhere to go, they don't have the time to listen to me, they don't care about what I have to say. But this will improve your communication skills so much, and people will be drawn to you when you slow down your communication. So when you're talking to someone, whether it's at work, relationships, family, friends, wherever it is, when you're in a social setting, just learn to not talk so fast, or to just jab away mindlessly, or to not stop talking. That's also something that's so important. Like, slow down the way you talk, and then also listen to the other person. I've met so many women that they just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and they never let the other person get a word in. They never let the other person talk, and that's not a conversation. That's just you talking at someone, or like throwing your like emotional burden onto someone else. So learn to have an actual conversation and slow down, and also listen to what the other person is saying, so that they can also, of course, have conversation with you and feel like they are important. So you want to make the other person feel important in conversation, whoever that is. You want to engage with them. You don't just want to anxiously jab and not stop. So learn to read the person that you're talking to, learn to read the room, and sense when it's time for you to stop talking and listen. When you're talking to other people, the person can wait. Learn to relax, because the person can't wait. The more you slow down your talking, the more pauses you take in between sentences, the deeper and the juicier the conversation gets. So I know it's hard and it takes a lot of practice, but start today with friends or family, or with your partner. You can become a little more aware and conscious of how you're speaking, and notice yourself. When you start to notice yourself speak too fast, begin to slow down, take pauses, make eye contact, give the other person the chance to engage with you and to connect and build rapport with you. 3. Prioritize self-care. So how do you expect to be a feminine woman? How do you expect to be soft if you don't take care of yourself? First, before taking care of everyone else? How do you expect to feel naturally without forcing? How do you expect to feel your femininity bloom, right, from the inside out, if you don't take care of yourself, if everyone else comes first and you come last? That is never gonna work, and your femininity and your softness will not bloom if you don't take care of yourself first. Some people might think this is selfish. Some people might call you whatever names, narcissist, whatever. You cannot help anybody else unless you help yourself first. This means noticing what part of your cycle you're in, giving yourself more alone time, more space, more time to enjoy your own presence, or be alone in nature, or read a book, right? I know some of you, of course, have children, and yes, you have to be there all the time for them. I understand. But also, even if they're right next to you, take on a self-care habit, something that makes you feel like you are giving back to yourself. How can you expect yourself to feel soft and feminine if you always come last, or you're a people pleaser and you're always trying to please everyone else? Bring your attention back to you. Your femininity needs space, and it needs care, and it needs nourishment. And this can only come when you take that time for yourself and nourish yourself. You have to fill your own cup first before you fill everyone else's cup. So your cup has to be full and it has to overflow, right? How do we fill our cups? Through self-care, through putting ourselves first, so that we can show up as the best version of ourselves to others. How can you expect your femininity to come out if your nervous system is a wreck, if your nervous system doesn't feel safe? Your nervous system has to be safe. You have to feel safe in your body in order for you to be more feminine and softer. Because we're not trying to force our femininity and our softness. What we're trying to do is let go of everything that's kind of blocking what we already have inside of us, so that it can naturally come out. So if you're addicted to drama, to stress, to toxicity, to being in survival mode, even if you are actually not in a position of survival mode, like everything's good, but you're somehow stuck in that survival, panicky, fight or flight mode, that means your nervous system is out of whack, and you need to bring your nervous system back into a place where you feel safe again, so that you can be more feminine. Learn to self-regulate so that your emotions are under control, and by self-regulating, your nervous system will eventually learn how to relax. Without you having to control the outside, you can do this for yourself. Okay, so some of the best ways to self-regulate is, for example, every time you get triggered, learn to pause before you react to the situation. Learn to excuse yourself, walk away for a few minutes. Take a few deep breaths. Take on a meditation practice. So every morning, the first thing you do, you meditate for 15 minutes. Meditation is the greatest thing. After a while of consistent practice, you will notice your emotions are more balanced. You learn that you actually do have control over yourself, your thoughts and your emotions, because you've been more present with yourself. So the more you meditate, the easier it becomes to eventually learn how to pause after a trigger and control your emotions, or communicate your triggers without being insulting or without attacking the other person. Another way to self-regulate is to work out, whatever that looks like. Weightlifting, Pilates, yoga, dancing, running, whatever works for you, whatever you love, do that every day. At least 20 minutes of workout. You have to move your body so that you can release all the stress that just gets stuck in the body. Another form of self-regulation is also journaling. Learn to journal every day. All of these practices, deep breathing, meditation, journaling, working out, is a way of coming back to yourself and learning how to master yourself and your emotions. Because to be soft and feminine, you have to control your emotions. You can just be like, whatever you feel, you react right away. That's out of control. That's more of a wounded feminine energy than a healed feminine energy. The healed feminine is a woman under control, right? She doesn't just react and throws things on the wall. No. She might excuse herself, walk away, take a few breaths, communicate. Of course, we get angry. It's normal. We're humans. We're not perfect, and we're not trying to be perfect. But we do want the best practices that are going to help us live our best lives, become our best selves, and nourish the people around you, and so that you can also be a role model for the people around you, for your children as well. Self-care routines are underrated. People think of self-care as luxury or unnecessary, selfish. No, women need self-care routines. Hot baths with roses and candles and music and relaxation, dancing, whatever it is for you, your skincare routine. It doesn't have to be super crazy over the top, but whatever brings you back into your body. So the point of all these self-care routines are to go from the mind into the body, because in today's society we're always pushed to be in the mind, in the logical, in the reason, in the masculine role, in here, right? But we're rarely taught to come back to the body, which is our feminine side, is our body, being connected to the body. That's what sensuality is. That's why feminine women are sensual, because they live in their body. They're connected to the body. And when you're connected to your body, you are more present in every situation. You are more confident. You're more sensual. You are more connected to your intuition, because you have embodiment. You're embodied. You're right. That's what that means. Being in the body, being present. Then you can feel your body, your God telling you things, guiding you, telling you, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't go out with that person, don't drive down that road, don't walk down that alley, or that person's not your real friend. Everything, the intuition is through our bodies, right? Intuition is not something that's like in the head, or like you hear shit, like things. Intuition is how your body feels. If your body tenses up around certain people, out of nowhere your shoulders are up and like you're like this, you don't know why you do that around some people. Or maybe you feel just so relaxed and nice around some people. It's your body telling you. You don't need to think about your intuition and thinking. The more you think, the farther you get away from your intuition. Just be present and feel your body. That's your intuition. Always remember that. Your intuition is your body, how your body feels in a certain moment. So listen to the cues that your body is telling you. It's very important. So I'm talking about the body a lot, and I want to talk about the nervous system, because if we just talk about these things in like a mental way, it's never gonna land, and it's just not how it works. So what we want to do is create actual things that are actually going to help us be more feminine and softer, not just like blah 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 things that you're just going to forget about. No. So let's talk about the vagus nerve. And it's a nerve that connects from your brain all the way down here, and it runs all the way down to the lower abdomen. It's called the wandering nerve, and it's part of your parasympathetic nervous system, which is in charge of the rest and digest part of your body. Your body relax and reduce stress. Vagus nerve is amazing once you learn about it. It slows down your heart rate, slows down your blood pressure. It stimulates your digestive tract, reduces inflammation, helps regulate your mood and stress, helps alleviate symptoms of anxiety and depression by promoting relaxation and lowering cortisol levels. Okay, so when your vagus nerve is dysfunctional or not working properly, you'll have some signs like mental health issues, depression, anxiety, stress, high blood pressure, or weight gain. All these different symptoms, meaning that you're not safe in your body, or that your nervous system is out of whack. Okay, so let's talk about how to stimulate your vagus nerve. 1, deep breathing, breath work. Do this every day for 5 minutes, or even 3 minutes, or even 1 minute. 1 minute, it's amazing. Deep, slow breathing. You'll see the benefits, and you'll feel it right away. Cold exposure, so things like cryotherapy or things like cold plunge are really good for your nervous system and your vagus nerve. Things like singing, humming, and chanting. So you could see this all around the world. When people sing in prayer or humming or all these mantras or this is real science. Your voice and the frequency and the vibration of your voice, literally when your throat vibrates, it's stimulating the nervous system, the vagus nerve that is right here. That's why humming or singing mantras or even singing, it's so beneficial to your nervous system. It's so relaxing. You're stimulating your vagus nerve. Of course, meditation, exercise, laughing stimulates your vagus nerve. I think when the older we get, the more we forget to laugh and how wonderful laughing is. So things is so simple, right? Like the things that are the most healing to us are simple and they are free. So laughing, watching comedy, or just playing around, doing things that make you laugh, that is really good for your nervous system, and that will help you feel safe in your body. And of course, getting massage. Being touched is so important, especially as women, because it brings us back to the body. Okay, 4, wear feminine fabrics. What are feminine fabrics? Well, I think feminine fabrics is just another word for quality. Wear quality fabrics. I think silk is amazing. Silk makes me feel so feminine, so relaxed, so flowy, so sensual. I love silk. And I know it's not cheap, but you can invest in 1 or 2 silk pieces and wear them around the house and just feel the softness and how wonderful it feels to just walk around in this luxurious, soft silk. I highly recommend it. Just invest in 1 piece. There's also other wonderful fabrics like cashmere is so soft. And if you live in a cold area, wear more cashmere. Cashmere, it just feels like a hug. It's wonderful. 100% natural cotton, linen, or any other high quality natural fabrics that, 1, are good for you because of course the skin is the biggest organ in your body, so you are absorbing whatever you put on you, you absorb that into your body. So try your best to invest in quality pieces and think about quality over quantity, right? Because all these cheap, fast fashion things, it's just, you don't have quality. Everyone has them, and on top of that, they spread it with chemicals, and now you put it on and your body is absorbing it. So I don't recommend it. Fabrics and fashion, invest in a couple quality pieces, because what's gonna happen, this is gonna do something to you psychologically. You are going to see yourself different. You're going to feel different about yourself, right? You could have a special purse that you only use when you go out on dates and to special places, and it's gonna make you feel different than if you wear like a whatever cheap thing that everyone has. So invest in different quality pieces that will help you change how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself. And you might even feel like you're not worthy of buying these things for yourself, like you're not worthy of wearing that dress, like you're not worthy of walking into the store and getting yourself the super expensive purse or shoes. But believe me, if you want to raise your self-esteem, this is it's like a hack. It's gonna help you. I'm not saying buying expensive things will give you confidence, because that just comes from the outside, right? Like, these are material things. But it is also important to use them as tools so that we feel like royalty, so that we feel like a queen or a princess when we have these things. Why not? Why not give yourself the gift of something expensive and of high quality? Okay, 5, cultivate emotional intelligence. So what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, manage, and effectively use emotions, both for your own and others, in a positive way. Emotional intelligence will take you very far. The more you learn how to manage and self-regulate, the more your social skills will grow, the more empathy you'll have for yourself and others, and the more you'll understand this crazy, deep emotional world that we as women so often repress. We either repress our emotions, and then when we get triggered and we cannot longer hold these emotions, we explode, and then everything goes crazy, and people call us crazy or psycho, right? That is because we have not learned emotional intelligence, and that happens because you have not learned how to self-regulate. So again, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand emotions, to manage emotions, and to utilize emotions effectively in a way that affects yourself and everyone around you in a positive way, even if it's of course we have to communicate our negative emotions, our boundaries, our anger, our jealousy, our envy, our sadness, our grief, our depression, our anxiety. These are all human emotions that are normal to feel, and that when we understand ourselves better, we can communicate them in a healthy way that doesn't destroy the things around you, the people, your relationships, or your own view of yourself. One of the things about emotional intelligence, it's knowing to ask for help. And this is also something that will help you in your femininity and in being soft. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay. We are not alone. We didn't come into this world to be alone, right? When you say, I don't need anybody, I'm extremely independent, it is so important to be self-sufficient and always have your own back, yes. And learn to be interdependent, learn to rely on others. I know it's hard to, because you've had your trust broken, your heart broken, you don't trust people, right? You cannot depend on them emotionally, even less physically. I understand that, and I've been there myself. But your femininity, it's not gonna come out, or it's not gonna feel safe to be expressed if you don't learn to relax a little and learn to be interdependent, or even depend a little. This could be on your partner or your parents, best friends, but there will always be that giving and receiving energy in relationships. We need each other. We are not alone, and we did not come here to be alone. So learn to ask for help and learn to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is something that is extremely feminine and is very attractive and beautiful. I'm not talking about being needy, but vulnerable. What does it mean to be vulnerable? When you're vulnerable, you communicate your emotions. You don't push them down, repress them, and then explode later. You communicate what you're feeling in the moment. I am feeling angry because you like that girl's picture on Instagram. I don't like that. I feel disrespected. Okay. That's being vulnerable. I don't feel comfortable with paying half of the date. I feel like I just feel better when the man pays for the entire date. I feel taken care of. I feel protected. I just don't feel comfortable with that. That's being vulnerable. One of the things that made Marilyn Monroe so attractive and magnetic was because she was vulnerable. She was able to express her emotions, what she was feeling. Not at the person like, I hate you, right? But I feel ta-ta-ta. I feel sad. I feel jealous. I feel angry. I feel anxious. Just learn to express your emotions. Not in a way that's attacking, no, just in a way of you're openly communicating the truth about what you're feeling right now. And that's extremely hard. I struggle with this. Believe me, I struggle with this all the time. It's a practice. You have to practice it every time. Practice. 6. Embrace feminine hobbies. Embrace feminine hobbies, not hobbits. Embrace feminine hobbies. What are feminine hobbies? Basically, anything that brings pleasure, joy into your life is a feminine hobby. For example, singing, playing an instrument, dancing, moving your body, taking time in nature, going to the ocean, hugging the tree, meditating around in a garden. Anything that brings you joy, anything that brings you into your body, it's a feminine hobby. 7. Surround yourself with beauty. Invest in some beautiful flowers, roses, plants, beautiful paintings for your home and your room. Decorate your place in an elegant and sophisticated and beautiful manner. Or whatever your style is. Just surround yourself by things that are beautiful, that bring you back to the present moment, right? Because when you go into a house or a room and it's a mess and everything's disgusting and it's gross and the plates are everywhere, you don't feel good, gives you anxiety, unconsciously tells that you don't really care about yourself. So clean your house, clean your room, clean it, and keep it beautiful. Because again, this makes you feel safe in your body. When I go into a house and it's a mess and it's disgusting, I don't feel safe. My body tenses up. I'm like, oh. How can you feel feminine like that? You cannot feel feminine if your body's tense, because your nervous system is not safe. But once you go into a beautiful home and it's clean and organized and beautiful, how beautiful, you relax. Be present. Again, we just get so stuck in our minds, so stuck in our brain, and we forget about the body. We are not present. So the whole purpose of being more feminine and being more soft, it just truly means to be more present. Because as a woman, you already have the softness and the femininity inside of you. You just need to release or clear the things that are blocking it, right? So learning to be more present will bring you back into a space of femininity and softness. Now, being present is when you truly feel alive in the moment. Things that bring you joy. Eating a piece of chocolate that you love, that brings you back to a present moment. Working out, making you feel back to your body. Being with your intimate, with your significant other, brings you back to your body. Skincare routine brings you back to your body. Thing that I've been saying it the whole time, but I'm gonna say it again. Anything that brings you back to your body will help you be more present in the moment, so that you feel safe in your body. Set boundaries with grace. Learn to be selfish. Learn to say no without hesitation, without worrying, oh, they're not gonna like me if I say no. Oh, I'm gonna offend them if I say no. I'm gonna hurt their feelings if I say no. I have to say yes even though I don't want to say yes. My body is telling me and it's screaming at me to say no, but I still say yes because I'm a people pleaser, and then everyone ends up taking advantage of me, losing respect for me, walking all over me, and then I end up being a doormat. Fuck. No. That's over. It's over. Learn to say no, so that people will respect you, respect your time, and see you as more valuable. Being selfish, let's say a positive selfishness, because I don't know what other term to give it. Being positively selfish will save you a lot of headaches, and even without you talking or communicating, it will set the boundaries around you that will protect you. And you just have to be smart enough of knowing when it's an important time to say yes and when it's an important time to say no. You might have priorities and things that you need to work on, and you don't always have to say yes to people for any little thing. Having all these boundaries set and learning to be selfish in the right way is kind of part of your dark feminine, right? Women have their light feminine and the dark feminine. The light is this nourishing, creative Disney princess, pink, soft side of femininity, which we all have. It's like the Virgin Mary light femininity. But we have the dark feminine as well, which doesn't mean it's the crazy psycho destroy. No. The dark feminine is also part of being a healed woman, but it's your not your dark side, but it's more of that no, you cannot touch me. No, you cannot kiss my baby. No, I don't want my baby to go with you to this. I don't want to leave my children in the sleepover. No. Right? If we're always like, good girl, yes to everything, yes. Believe me, I've been only good girl, and people will take advantage of you if you're only a good girl. So yes, it's important to be a good girl in some situations, but then you also have to bring in your dark feminine bitch energy in other situations to learn to say no. It doesn't mean you have to be rude, offensive, or attack people or go crazy. No. Right? It just means you learn to say no to the world for some time so that you can say yes to yourself and your mental health. Lastly, let him take the lead. Man, take the lead in things. Give him release control wherever you can, because I know it's hard to release control, but help your man be more masculine by letting him take the lead, by letting him choose where you go eat, by letting him maybe choose your meal that night in the restaurant. By helping your man take the lead, if you release control, it's gonna create more balance in the relationship, more polarity. You want to have polarity for there to be attraction, for there to be passion and magnetism, right? Magnets need polarity. So one of the ways to create polarity in your relationship is to let him take the lead. Stop criticizing him, stop mothering him, stop controlling him, stop being on top of him, stop judging his choices and his decisions, stop doubting that he knows how to do things. Relax and let him figure it out. And he will make mistakes, and let him make mistakes. He has to make mistakes because he will learn. You know, how do you expect your man to make perfect decisions if you never let him? If you always think you have to be in control because you're the only one that knows the right way to do things. Relax, let him take the lead. He will make mistakes. It's okay. Eventually he'll learn, because maybe he has never had the opportunity to truly take the lead in anything in his life. And that's emasculating, right? Men need responsibility to grow. So let him take more of the lead. It could be little things at first and then big things. But that's how you learn how to relax more in your relationship and feel more feminine with him. You let him take the lead by showing that you support him and his decisions, asking him for help, even for any little thing that you already know the answer to. Still ask his help, ask his opinion, ask his advice. You never want to end up feeling like his mother. You always want to feel like his lover first. Okay, so those are the 10 things that you can incorporate into your life right now in order to let your softness and femininity bloom. And remember, we're not forcing our femininity, we're not forcing our softness. We're simply releasing all the things that are weighing us down, so that we can naturally express the more soft and the more feminine side of ourselves, because we're taking care of ourselves and we feel safe in our body and our nervous system is relaxed, so that we can express our femininity in our softness. The more you make these things a habit, the more naturally it'll come to you. Remember that this is a personal journey and it's about finding what works best for you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.